Are you sick and tired of bad posture? Feel like you're constantly hunched over and want to fix that? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to go over an exercise that you can incorporate into your routine that will hopefully help you improve your posture and feel better. But first, let's get a little bit of lifting in. We're going to be doing a superset today. All you're going to need is a bench and a pair of dumbbells. Let's kick it off. The first movement is going to be an Arnold press from a seated position. And then we're gonna go into a superset of another exercise, which I'll start here in a second. So I'm gonna start my clock, watch, or phone. If you have it with you, go and get started. The first exercise is gonna be the Arnold press, like I said, from a seated position. We're gonna sit on the edge of the bench or box, feet are outside our shoulders, palms are gonna face you. You're gonna have a heavy, challenging load, but you wanna make sure you're using dumbbells that you can complete 8 reps. Palms face you. As you press in up overhead, you're gonna rotate your arms, or your wrists, so your wrists face away, palms face away from your body. I think that was 3. We're gonna perform a total of 8 today. 4, so we're halfway. 5, 6, you're corkscrewing your arms overhead. 7, and 8. Once you're finished that, you put the dumbbells off to the side. You can either grab the same dumbbell, or if you want, grab a heavier dumbbell. You're gonna face your bench or box, split your stance. Whatever arm you start with, say it's the right arm, right leg's gonna go back. Opposite arm goes on the bench. I'm then going to grab the dumbbell. We're gonna do a single arm row. Let the shoulder kind of be pulled down towards the floor with that weight. From here, you're bracing your core. You're gonna row the arm back, single arm row, 8 repetitions on this one arm. You wanna think of squeezing the shoulder blades down and back. I think that was 4 as you perform these exercises. The intention is to think of getting that elbow past behind your rib cage. I think that was 8. Then you'll switch. Opposite arm, same thing. Notice that I switch my stance as I do that. I want to create space so that dumbbell can kind of drop into this position here, or this pocket. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Once you're done, if you're using your watch, go ahead and hit the timer button or your phone or clock, and we're gonna rest 1 minute. Today's rest is gonna be a little bit shorter. So typically I've done some conditioning pieces, short little workouts, maybe time priority where the time is set. This essentially is a task priority in terms of the exercise or the task that you're trying to complete. Typically those are done in a fashion where you're trying to go as many rounds as possible. For example, 4 rounds, right, for time. Today we're not necessarily going for time, but we're focusing more on our upper body strength. So on the bench when we're sitting, you have a nice tall torso, palms face you. As you twist and rotate, you're corkscrewing your arms up, locking the arms out, and then coming back to that front rack position in terms of the palms facing you. Arnold presses is gonna be a press, then the row is a pull. So we're doing a press and a single arm row. All right, 10 more seconds and we're gonna get started. If you guys are following along, I love it. Feel free to leave a comment below if you like the superset and you want more. All right, next set. Grab the dumbbells. I like to put them on the edge of the thighs, open my stance. I have a wide stance to feel stable here. Dumbbells into my chest, and then I press, screw, extend overhead. 2, 3, 4, I'm bracing. 5, I try to count out loud so I don't forget. 6, 7, 8. Woo. And then face your box or bench, whatever you have, and then we'll drop the one arm down. 1, pull back. 2, squeeze the lat down. 3, 4, 5. Remember, 6, the dumbbells being pulled down to the ground. 7, 8. As you extend, then you'll switch. Stagger your stance. Left arm means left leg is back. 1, 2, 3. These are nice and controlled. 4, 5, 6. 2 more. 7, and 8. All right, good. Lap it. This doesn't get spicy. So typically when I do a superset, I like to do about 90 seconds to 2 minutes rest, depending on what I'm doing. Today's rest is gonna be a little bit shorter. We're gonna be focusing on, again, on that push and a pull. I like to do upper body pull push. I'll also like to do lower body, upper body, and mix it up from time to time. If you guys have a preference, feel free to leave a comment below on what you like. This functional type of bodybuilding, I've really gravitated towards recently. I find it enjoyable, and I just saw something recently about Mark Smellybell talking about whatever you're doing, make sure you like it. And that resonated a lot because I think we are forced, or we feel like we have to fit into a box. We have to do something or do a specific type of training to meet other people's needs or desires, whatever it is that you like. If you like Zumba, if you like running, hiking, do it. If that's what's gonna help you move and stay active, I highly encourage you to do that versus forcing you to do something else. Now again, there are benefits from other types of training and variety, but do something that you enjoy and love. All right, that was 2 sets down. Now we're starting our 3rd set. So if you're looking to have some upper body strength, if you're looking to press or build more definition in your arms, shoulders, and back, this is a great superset for you. I think that was 3, 4. If I don't count out loud, I forget. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is getting definitely spicy on the pressing. So typically when I do single arm rows, I go heavy, like 45, 50, maybe even 55. So we're going a little lighter today. 4, I think, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Also, we have April's challenge going on. I shared it in my shorts if you guys want to check it out, but I'll also talk about it here. I think that was 4 maybe. We'll do 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Whew. Upper body pump for sure. All right, so April's challenge. The goal is to do this every single day for the month of April. It is 30 Russian twists, 20 single leg V-ups, and 10 plank push-ups. I share this on my other platforms. If you want to, feel free to check it out, but we'll demonstrate here afterwards. But remember, stay tuned. We'll be going over an exercise that's going to help strengthen your backside, but also improve your posture. If you feel like you're kind of hunched over, this is going to improve the upper body as well as your entire posterior chain. Hint, hint, it has to include this piece of equipment right here, if you guys haven't noticed already. All right, we got about 25 more seconds for this next set. This is our 4th and final set. If you're new to lifting, you can always modify this to 3 sets. Start with a light to moderate load, but the intention is to have a challenging load so you're getting that resistance. External load like dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, D-balls, sandbags, all that is good. This is gonna help strengthen your body, but also gonna help strengthen the bone density in your body. All right, next set. Next and final set. Also, if you guys like the bodybuilding lifting versus the conditioning, let me know. 2, feel free to share below. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, I'll tend to hold my breath when I feel like it's getting really sticky, so I'll hold the breath, lift, and then finish. 1, 2, again, nice long arm. 3, 4, drop it down below. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then switch, same thing. Remember to switch the legs. You're keeping the arm close to the body. 3, elbow going back behind the rib cage. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo. Spicy meatballs for sure. All right, we're gonna put these down on the ground for a quick second. We're gonna get into the part that everyone was waiting for. Again, if you like to mark it, right, use the little tab button on the side of the watch or your phone to make sure you keep track of the rounds, or whiteboard. All right, so if you guys are wanting April's challenge, stay tuned. But now we get to the fun, the meat and potatoes. This is going to be the exercise that's going to help strengthen your backside. So this is a GHD. GHD stands for Glute Ham Developer. It is a great piece of equipment. It is not just a rack for your clothing, your sweatshirt, your gym bag, your water bottle. Make sure you utilize this if you have this in your gym. So I'm going to go over points of performance and how to set it up for the hip extension. Specifically, that's going to be the movement that's going to help strengthen our backside. So hip extension, I'll talk about that in a second. But you want to make sure that this position is set up for your body and for your hips, depending on the length of your legs. The hip extension, if I come off the GHD, looks like so. I'm hinging from the hip, I'm closing this angle, and then I'm opening. We're just going to be in a different position. We're going to start off kind of parallel to the floor, or exactly parallel to the floor, and then we're going to extend up and down, or down and up. So again, hip extension means my hip is dynamic. I'm closing and opening my hip. My back is static. There is no rounding or bending into that movement. So you're going to adjust the foot pad so that your hip joint is free of the pad. I'll demonstrate this in a second. As I get my feet between the foot pads, make sure they are between the squishy parts. That may seem kind of redundant, but I've seen people put their feet up here, feet in between the squishy pads. You're then going to put your hands on the handles Straighten your legs. Your feet are flexed. So I'm pointing my toes to the bottom squishy pad. I'm gonna start all the way extended out here, and I'm just gonna start by feeling about 10 to 15 seconds here in this position. So you wanna make sure you're comfortable in this Superman hold. If you don't feel comfortable, put your hands here, support yourself, maybe take them off, then introduce them, right? This is the starting position for the hip extension. I'm gonna close my hip, hinging from the hip, back stays flat, and this is my bottom range of motion. Do not, I repeat, do not grab this and try to pull yourself down. Your end range of motion will be dictated by obviously the ability to get down here, but also your hamstring flexibility, mobility. So if you have really tight hamstrings in the back, maybe you're here. But also notice, where's my hips? My hips are forward of this pad. If we'll try to pretend, right? If I'm here, where my hips are kind of blocked on top of the pad, I cannot get any further down unless I round my back, right? So adjust the foot pad so that your hip joint is free of the pad. Starting position, hands across the body, hinge from the hips, go as low as you can, squeeze your butt and hamstrings to extend yourself all the way tall to this position. You're gonna start off with about 10 to 15 repetitions, depending how you feel. Nice, comfortable pace, squeezing the butt at the top. When you're finished, hands on the handles, pull yourself back up and slide out of the GHD. Once you get more comfortable, you're gonna work your way up to about 15 to 20 reps, then 20 to 25, eventually 25 to 30 repetitions. Then from there, you can add weight to your hands, like a small dumbbell or a small change plate, and that will allow you to get more weight in your body or more weight in your hands and allow you to challenge yourself more. Start off with body weight. If you do not have this piece of equipment, that's okay. There's a couple modifications. You could do banded good mornings or barbell or a dumbbell good morning. I'm gonna demonstrate the banded good morning. You're gonna grab a band, preferably a thickness of 1 inch. This is a green band from Rogue. You can check it out in the link below. It is about the size right here. You're gonna step on this band with 1 foot. I'm then going to put my other foot inside, pulling the band kind of taut, pressing the foot down so you have most of the band up here. I'm gonna bend at my knees and hips. Band comes to the base of the neck, hands on my traps. I'm gonna lift my hips, slight bend in the knee, closed hip here, flat spine, flat back. From here, I'm gonna adjust the band if needed. Then I'm gonna squeeze my butt, open my hips, back staying flat the entire time. This is my end range of motion. Looks like the top position of the GHD, hip extension. Hinge from the hips, slight bend in the knee, go as low as I can. You'll feel this in the hamstrings, butt back, squeeze the butt, and extend. Start off with 10 to 15 reps with a band, similar to like I had right here, rep scheme wise. Then eventually you can work your way up to 20 to 25 to 30 reps. If you don't have a band, then you could do barbell good mornings or dumbbell good morning. If you have a barbell on the back, you'll have your hands right outside the shoulders, right? Thumbs around underneath, how you prefer. Start with an empty barbell. If you don't feel comfortable, start with a PVC pipe. Then get to a barbell. For the movement pattern, it stays the exact same thing. You obviously are gonna do this not around here. You're gonna have more open space. You're gonna hinge from the hips, push the butt back, keeping that back as flat as you can, squeeze the butt, extend. Your stance with a barbell can go a little wider if you want, depends on what you're training for. Start with your feet underneath the shoulders, then go from there. Please be very cognizant of your body and your fitness level. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, but I hopefully have some insight to you guys that I'm providing that will give you guys some education, but also some guidance of where to start and where to go. So know your body, know your fitness level. If you don't feel comfortable on here, go to the barbell or the band. Maintain that flat spine as you hinge and as you extend, right? Nothing's wrong with rounding. There is another exercise on the GHD that is very important to understanding your body in space, but we'll save that for another video. Now, if you guys found this beneficial, helpful, feel free to share with others. If you're still staying tuned, thank you. Let's go over April's challenge. It is easy peasy. There's multiple ways to do it, but for this movement, we are gonna be starting off with 30 Russian twists. So again, do this where you have more open space, but I'm gonna elevate my heels, butt cheeks, hip bones are on the floor. I'm gonna twist 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. all the way to 30. If this is hard, place 1 foot or both feet on the ground and perform those Russian twists. If that's challenging, just try to hold plank or hold this boat pose, or you can even grab the base of your knees here and hold for 30 seconds. Next, we're gonna do a single leg V-up. because of space, we're a little limited here. I'm gonna extend all the way down, arms and legs extended. I'm gonna hinge from my hips, bringing one leg up, hands to my ankle, coming back down, switching legs. That's total of 20 reps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can't do that, that's okay. Do a V crunch. Alternating legs, bending the knee. If that's even more difficult, just do a mini crunch with a knee raise. Mini crunch with a knee raise. You're still gonna focus on training abdominals. Finally, you'll get to that plank push-up. I'll come to a plank position, palms underneath our shoulders, lower to the forearms, back up. That's 1. You can alternate arms as you do this. That's 2. So 30, 20, 10, 3, 2, 1, go. You're doing that 1 round every single day for the month of April. You can also share with me on my other platforms, or you can feel free to comment here. I appreciate you all tuning in. Please share this with others. Hopefully give some insight and education onto the GHD, this challenge, but also a quick little upper body superset. Thanks so much.